Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie the Medium. I am a certified psychic medium, and I'm also a forensic psychic. So today I want to talk to you about a case that has everybody's heart, I think everybody's heart in a bit of a mess. It's the Gabby Petito-Brian Laundrie case. So today is September 28th. Brian Laundrie is still officially missing. And Gabby, unfortunately, has been found deceased, and it has been determined that it has been a homicide. So the first thing I want to do is offer my condolences to her family. And ethically, I will not be channeling her. It's way too soon, and it's really not my place. So, but my purpose here is, since Brian is still missing, is to really feel into the energy of the relationship and his energy. So that means taking out all of the outside energies that are just all bundled in. I'll explain what I mean by that. And so for the purpose of hopefully finding him, right? So that finding him before something happens where justice just can't happen. So that's my hope. So when I feel a case like this, the first thing I feel is just a ball of energy, and the energy is mixed. There is, in this particular case, there is Gabby and all of her emotions, all of her turmoil, her passing, everything good, bad, ugly, everything in between. We have Gabby. Then we have Brian, but I'm going to put Brian to the side for a second because my goal is to pull out everything Brian. Okay. But right now it's just a ball of energy. So what's in this ball? We have Gabby's family. We have Brian's family. We have campers along the way from New York to Wyoming to Florida and everywhere in between. Excuse me. We have the police, the FBI, PIs, anybody that's following this case, anybody that's been a part of this case, anybody who has an opinion on this case, all of the energy is mixed. Okay. We have tips that have come from other psychics, tips that have come from campers, tips that have come from all over the place. We have that energy balled up in here. We have experts, we have the media, which for sure throws the energy off, let me tell you. And then we have judgment of all parties, whether they're related or not. So when channeling something like this, when something unfortunately like this happens, and a forensic psychic is going in to really investigate and really pull out whatever energy is present, right? We have to pull from this big ball. Okay. So I want to separate all of that out so that I can just feel Brian, because at the end of the day, that's who we're looking for. Right. Okay. So now, so like I said, I want to remove the energy of everyone else. And a lot of people can get stumped doing this because it's really easy to feel the energy of everything else and very hard to fine tune that energy of that person that's still out there. And I do believe Brian is still out there. And that's why I want anyone to catch him before there is no possibility for justice. Okay. So if you see me acting weird, whatever, I'm just getting ready to channel. Spirit knows I'm ready to work, and you'll see me looking down. It's because I have a book here. I'm scribbling, and I'm doing that to tune out all that other stuff so that I can feel spirit very clearly. And again, I'm not channeling Gabby. Okay. So I want to go to the relationship itself. Brian's role in the relationship. I'm sorry, Brian's personality. So let's go to Brian's personality before the homicide. Brian. I feel Brian is someone for lack of better words, he puts on a show when he expresses himself. There's something very narcissistic about his energy. It's like, I don't know, for lack of better words, I need to dominate. I need to be on top. I feel like this isn't only in the relationship with Gabby, but just through life. Where he places himself in his mind is above others. There's a very strong narcissistic quality and this controlling quality that feels like I need to have my way, and things need to happen the way I need them to happen. Otherwise, I'm not in control and I don't feel mentally stable. This is often the case with narcissists and narcissistic relationships. And I think this triggers so many people because I do find this day and age that there are so many people stuck in narcissistic relationships. So I feel like a lot of people can relate to this case. What's interesting is I don't feel he's an only child, but there's something about the attention he gets or the attention he demands that makes him feel like an only child. I do feel like there's a sister. I don't know that to be true. But maybe it's because all of the energy is quiet. I feel like everybody's so tight-lipped. I feel like there are 3 other members of the family that are really closely related to this. So I would say mom, dad, and siblings. So I'm going to put a female there. So sister. Okay. I also feel like people walked on eggshells around Brian, people that knew him the best. I'll even put his parents in here. And there's this odd relationship with the mom. I'm not sure why it feels so odd. There's something odd about it. I feel like the dad has a dominating kind of personality as well, but still, what gets my attention is the relationship with mom. All right. So now Brian and the relationship with Gabby, I feel like there's a big controlling aspect. There's a lot of breakups and let's get back together. There's a lot of the relationship that doesn't feel stable. It feels like, from her point of view, are we still together? Are we still in a good place? It's like, it reminds me of the tarot card, the tower. So it's like the tower crumbles, it's on fire, it's breaking into a million pieces. And I feel like this is the feeling that he always gave her, that feeling when your heart drops. But it drops because of something that feels very serious in your mind. And I feel like he always made her feel like that. There's also a very scary feeling that I feel as, and I won't say Gabby, but as whoever is a partner in this relationship with him. Just because it feels so controlling. But there's also a piece where I feel like I have to behave right as your partner, as Brian's partner. I need to behave correctly so that I don't receive his wrath, for lack of better words. So I feel like I'm minding my P's and Q's in this relationship. So this would be before. I also feel like everything we talk about ends up turning into a fight or an argument. Um, and things get physical quickly. And when I say physical, I mean in a passionate way, but then also in an abusive way, in an emotional way, in a mentally abusive way. The highs and lows are all over the place, and the the relationship feels bipolar. It feels like it goes through these crazy ups and downs, and I feel like it can go through all of these different phases in one day and then go through it all over again the next. Or they have one day of all of this craziness, and then they may have a morning or an afternoon that feels pretty smooth. But I feel like the only reason it's smooth is because his mind is occupied by something else, or she's busy doing something else. So they're not face to face with each other. I feel like every time they get face to face with each other, it's chaos. Okay. There's a big piece of, as Gabby, I want to hold my tongue. I want to be careful with my words, but there's also a part where I want to fight that. I want to say what I feel, but I have this fear that maybe you'll stop loving me. Okay. So the only reason I'm giving you this from her side of the relationship, her perspective, is to just give some insight on him and expectations by him. There's also part of him in this relationship that feels like an authority figure. He feels like a father. For some reason, that's feeling really strong right now. Something about Brian feels more like a father figure than my lover or my boyfriend. Okay, so now I want to move to, I'm camping, we're camping, and now it's just Brian alone. Right before this moment, I feel like there's a lot of chaos, a lot of panic, and an irrational decision that's made. And this happens very quickly. In Brian's mind, I feel like in Brian's mind, it's very loud. So when he would have an argument or a conversation with someone, even if they weren't getting loud, it's like they're competing with everything that's in his mind. And his mind, his self-talk, all of that is really loud. So all of a sudden, he would automatically get frustrated with whoever he's talking to, just because they're competing with this sound. Okay. So now I feel like it's nighttime. He has just spent several hours trying to figure out where he's going to go from here. And now we're dealing with one soul, and that's him. I feel like there are moments of calm and there are moments of panic. I feel like in the beginning of Brian trying to get away, or even trying to survive in this moment, has to do with okay. I keep seeing that night. And I encourage you to watch the next video, because I'm going to pause this right here and just say that this was all leading up to that moment. And then in the next video, I'm going to talk about where he is from the moment he's left her body. So we're going to go from there in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe. Bye.